ये सोचना पड़ेगा, रुको 2 मिनट, यहाँ तक मैं पहुँचा नहीं था। ये हम स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं ना। You know what keeps me happy at work personally is actually my team, because I think the team that I have is zero politics. I think we all love each other. We all are actually very good friends with our families also. We've just discovered a new place. So where I stay, we have found a rooftop, which is a free-for-all rooftop. You can just go there. It's a BYOB kind of setup. We've started going there of late a lot. My wife, actually no, my wife called me. I was supposed to do something and I didn't do that, as always. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite times, at work. So every day I come in at about 9 a.m. There are two people who I have coffee with separately. One of them gets coffee for me from home, and we sort of share that. It's a very nice flavored coffee that we have. And the second one is where I go out and have a tapri coffee with one of my office friends. I think it's a very good personal / professional time that I'm able to spend there with them. There is a song from the movie Rock On, goes by, sorry, जो चलता है मेरी इसमें, हाँ. So there is a song in this movie Rock On called फिर देखिए. It basically means that you have to keep trying and then good things eventually happen. That is I think the motto of life for me in general also. You just have to keep doing the right thing every day. That is what that song is about. It's a beautiful song. So this is actually a very, very funny story, and I would say, a chance story that how I ended up joining. I was working in another company before this. I started looking for a change and I was not sure where to go, where to look. A wise man, who's a family friend, he had suggested the name Policybazaar. He said, this company is doing very well, why don't you go look? I didn't know anybody at Policybazaar. Actually, the only person I knew at Policybazaar was Rasleen, who was a school friend, but we weren't really in touch. So I wrote a cold email to Yashish. I didn't know him, he didn't know me. I just wrote a cold email to him at about 11 at night. He responded in the next 30 minutes, why don't you come tomorrow and meet me at 12? I was in office at 12 and I met Yashish, I met Alok, and by the evening I had an offer. So that's one part of the story, So one, as who we are as Policybazaar, I think we're extremely fast in our decision making, and I think that's what I love. The other thing is, I think I love the transparency. When I met Yashish and Alok, the transparency, the way they were able to make things extremely comfortable. I think that is what Policybazaar's DNA is, and that's what today I also try to do for my team. Actually, my daughter, so I have a 6-year-old daughter. Why I go to her for a lot of my problems, they could actually be office problems or they could be, personal issues. How simplified things are for her. And I think in our own twisted minds, we make things extremely complex. So my 6-year-old daughter, Anya, she's able to just answer things so simply. And, at times when I ask her things and she replies, I have had this wow moment so many times that actually, yeah, she's right. That's exactly what should be done. So I think as we grow up, as we become adults, we complicate things. We should just keep it simple. And that's what Anya does. And that's why I go to her. She doesn't realize, by the way, that she's solving those problems for me right now. But I think hopefully as she grows up and becomes wiser, she'll realize that she's actually a very wise girl already. So me and my daughter both have different ideas about what is quality time. My quality time with her is actually traveling, or if we do some physical exercise. So she's a skater, so I like to take her out for a skating training, or we go for a jog or cycling together. I like that. That's my idea of quality time. She hates it. Her idea of quality time is us sitting down, on a table and playing Monopoly. That's her most recent sort of fantasy right now. For her, it is about simple pleasures. It's just about spending quality time. It's not about things. It's not about materials. It's not about traveling to a foreign location. It's just simply, can you just sit and play with me the entire day? I think that word is overwhelming, and I'll tell you why. Because one, I never expected that I'll be able to run and manage a business of this scale, which thankfully the Policybazaar management was trusting me with this kind of a responsibility. So I think that is definitely one. Second, I think I never expected that things will grow so fast. So I think in that sense, it's been an extremely overwhelming journey. When I started in Policybazaar, I joined in the two-wheeler business. From there, I've handled motor, travel, health insurance. So I think over the last almost 7 years of my journey at Policybazaar, it's been every time I have I've been surprised by how Policybazaar as a company has been kind to me, has trusted me with responsibilities. So it's been very, very overwhelming for me all the time. My lunch bag actually. So I'm a voracious eater. I think that's what it's called. I don't look like one hopefully, but I am a voracious eater. I need to eat something every 1 hour or so. So I have this bag which I carry with me every day. It has fruits, it has namkeen, it has gachak, it has my lunch, my breakfast, and early dinner also at times. I can't live without that because if I don't eat, for more than 2 hours I get a headache. So it's not just for me. I've realized over the years, a lot of my colleagues also eat from that. We want to go to Norway at some point, but recently I think again it's driven by family. So I really want to go to Peppa Land. Peppa Land is in Germany. That's where my daughter wants to go to, and I hope we do that.
Thank you, Amit, for this unfiltered chat.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. I don't think I was very funny, so pressure did got to me probably, but yeah, it was unfiltered for sure.